my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! Today I have new perfumes for you. Now I know for a long time I've been just doing some collections and awards and everything, and it's high time that I did some new ones. So yeah, I have like a few, actually just one of them is APR and all the others are purchased by myself, yours truly. And I want to start with the first one because I know a lot of you all are very interested in this one, and of course I had to have it in my collection, and it is none other than your Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. Opens up like that. It's a very beautiful box. It's made of wood, very pretty. The presentation is very nice, and if you can see all my Shaghafs over there, Shaghaf Ouds, and then this is your Shaghaf Oud Royale. Now, while I was super excited to smell this perfume, I was at the same time very disappointed in a way, and I'll explain why. Now, one of my friends here on YouTube had already given me a hint, and I am grateful to her that I went in not expecting too much, let's just say. Now, identical to a point of like there is no flaw like between the two. It's like the same juice. You know what, let me just spray this first and explain to you what this perfume is all about. So this is clearly an oud perfume. It says Oud Royale, so I would categorize this as an amberwood fragrance. Let me tell you the notes. The top notes are saffron and lavender, middle notes of oud and nutmeg, and then the base notes are patchouli and musk. Middle Eastern vibe check is on full because obviously this is like oud is the star character, it's the main character, and it's there. We do not have any rose in this, but we do have saffron, which adds like a lot of sweetness and like the cooling effect, you know, when the oud is like very cold and you feel like the perfume is cold. It's all thanks to the saffron and oud combination. Plus you have lavender, which is also kind of like relaxing, not really cooling, but it's in a way it's very relaxing and comforting. All the rest of the stuff over here, I do feel there's amber in this, which they've not mentioned. They have musk and patchouli, so you have that little dirty patchouli, and yeah, you do feel that earthiness along with the oud wood, which is giving it that character of very Middle Eastern fragrance. And I love it obviously because this is like a DNA which I absolutely love. The good thing about this one, in comparison to this by the way, is if you're scared of that rubbery tire, burnt tire, whatever fragrance that you were getting from the other one, now let me spray this on this side. I mean, okay, the oud in this is slightly banyadi. It is like just like a little bit banyadi. And the tire effect, like, I don't know, like people are saying in this one and in Amethyst, you get this burnt tire, rubbery kind of scent. I just don't get it. Now, I don't know what the difference is between the two. Like to me, they smell absolutely identical, except for the fact that oud in this is very slightly banyadi, very slightly. I would also say that Oud for Glory is slightly sweeter than the Shaghaf Oud Royale. But is it redundant to have both? Yes, it's redundant to have both because they're so close to each other. I would say the longevity of this one is equal to this, and the strength, like the projection and everything is also the same. They both are beast mode. They both go on for like more than 8 hours. They both can be used as layering scents. The projection is like a good 4 to 5 feet. It's a very strong perfume. It's an oud bomb, right? And oud perfumes, if you know, you need to have a stomach for it because like they're really strong. They project a lot. They will claw people around if it's in a closed room and if you overspray, or if it's like a really warm weather and then you're wearing it like a psycho, like spray it all over yourself. It's not going to do well on other people. So now the thing is that I paid a lot of money for this, and this one barely any. This is like USD 55, and I think this one is USD 20 or 25 or max. So this is like twice as much, and it's the same perfume. So I don't know. I do like the perfume. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be complaining at all. I would be like 10 out of 10 for this one, you know. But now I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10, because while this one is not like a proprietary, what do you call it, scent profile, because this is a copy of Oud for Greatness by Initio. So I will not call it like an original anyhow, right? So it's not a surprise that Swiss Arabian came with their own version of Initio's perfume. So anyhow, both these perfumes, if you like Oud for Greatness, you're gonna love these as well. And interestingly, so Swiss Arabian is super late to the party, because I mean, this was released like, I don't know, 4-5 years ago, and this one is like coming out like in 2023, end of 2023, because they had launched this in, they had done a teaser for it in Beauty World Middle East, and like finally I saw it on their website and I purchased it. So they've not been promoting this at all, by the way. And Shaghaf Oud Tonka as well. No, Shaghaf Oud, yeah, Shaghaf Oud Tonka. That also, they're not been like promoting it a lot. Although that fragrance is like unique to me. It's unique to my nose. I love it. And I'm just a little bit surprised that they released Oud perfume, which is, they could have done something a little different with this. I'm just glad they didn't dump rose in it, because then it would be like, oh my gosh, you know, just way too common of a profile. So I do like it. It's a very cold, dry oud. It doesn't feel wet, but it does feel a little earthy. Now, if you like that kind of a perfume, which is like woody, earthy with oud, you're gonna love this perfume. I quite like it. I know I'm gonna use it up. I know I'm gonna be reaching for it a lot. It's a very dress-up kind of perfume, or if you're wearing, for a guy, it's like if he's wearing a suit or something, you know. It's definitely unisex and can be worn in any weather. Spring, summer, of course, like only at night or indoor. And in fall, winter, anytime during the day. So that was the first one, which was like, yeah. The next one is it's not a new perfume, but to me, it's a new perfume. It is from Al Haramain. Comes in this box. And then the box has another box in it, which is this. This is your Al Haramain Chiffon, by the way. Honestly, I bought this just because of the bottle. Plus, it was very, very cheap. First of all, this perfume itself is like super cheap. It opens up like, look at that. Look at the bottle. Oh my goodness. I mean, come on. It's like, it looks like a jewel. It looks like something that belongs in a palace. It looks very, I don't know. First of all, that aquatic color, and then, you know, the silver embellishments and everything, the plaque, plus the texture on the glass, the cap, everything is so pretty. I just love this bottle so much. And to my surprise, I very much like this perfume as well. This is your Sheepa Floral. Now I was like trying to pull this off. Don't do that. It's just this plastic cap, the transparent part that you need to pull. I was trying to pull this whole thing. It's a Sheepa Floral, but it's also super aquatic. So this reminds me of Davidoff Cool Water for Women, or Acqua di Gio. You know, I don't know why I took two strips. Actually, it reminds me very much of Acqua di Gio. A little bit less of Cool Water. Cool Water, I guess, because that was like a little bit more floral. In this, to be honest with you, in the beginning, you do get that floral, like very strongly. But then that aquatic thing like comes in like a cool breeze, and I don't know. I just feel like this perfume, I'm going to use it up during summer, because this is something you need like just to feel very, very fresh. It's like it's like a splash of water on your face. And if the splash of water had like hints of citrus fruits and some florals, and then you splash it on your face, feels like that. And that water was cold. It's just like a very, very pretty fragrance. And after like smelling heavy fragrances throughout like fall and winter, all the perfumes that I've been reviewing, this one is a welcome change. And I know this perfume is sorry, it's quite old, and I'll try to get the date of release for this one, but I have not seen many people talk about it. And this one, I bought it for $12. Can you believe that? Like the packaging, the bottle, I mean, it's so stunning. I just hope this is available everywhere, because you'll be missing out if you're not, if you don't have this perfume in your collection. If you like citrus florals, but they're aquatic, like it's as basic as it can get, but then this one is like, for that price, it's not bad at all. Plus the longevity on this one is like not bad. So on Fragrantica, this has got 4.47, so clearly it's a very popular fragrance. I was asleep and many people have reviewed it. I have just not seen it because I know it's quite old. The top notes for this are green notes, bergamot, lemon, rosemary, tamarind and spices. So like the bergamot with the lemon and rosemary, that's what I smell. And then tamarind and all that, like tamarind note, it's like, it's a very tangy note, right? So I don't know what it does, but it does something really interesting in this perfume. Middle notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, palisandre rosewood, rose, and orris root. Now, this is not very rosy at all. This is not very jasmine-y or lily of the valley. All the florals are muted in this. So although they're there as like a flower note, not really like a specific flower. Think of like a general flower note, but the flower note is like a mild note, not like a strong, overwhelming scent, right? And the base note of musk, cedar, amber, and patchouli. I'm surprised because like when I opened this, I was like, yeah, it does look very aquatic. I didn't expect it to smell like this. Like it's very intriguing. My dad used to wear Aqua di Gio a lot. So this is also bringing back some memories of my dad. This is definitely unisex. Although I think this will suit women more because it's like quite floral. The Middle Eastern vibe check is 0. The projection is around 2 feet to 3 feet. And the longevity I would say is like 5 to 6 hours, and you will have to respray this perfume. A cheaper perfume will always like evaporate faster, but then it leaves like this beautiful musky floral thing. But you know, like the tangy notes, like the beginning tangy notes, they don't really go away. And I'm really liking that because like through and through you feel it's like a very linear perfume. So I'm liking the fact that it reduces in strength, but it does not like change much, and it's a stunning fragrance. The celebrity I wanted to give this to was Bradley Cooper. Like think of him from what was that? The funny movie, the Vegas one. The Hangover, yeah. And for me, this is like a good. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I'm really liking it. So in summer, this is going to be a star for me. Next up is a perfume I was intending to buy for a long time and I've been holding off. I still need to get one more from this collection. I already have this in silver. This is the Ajmal Evoke Her. So this is the Her version. I have the Evoke Silver. I need to get the Evoke Gold. So this is the original Evoke, I suppose. Like the packaging is quite cute. You can see the bottle inside. The bottle is like exactly like your silver bottle, but this one is transparent. Now, I was expecting a lot from this perfume because I absolutely love the silver one. It smells like your poison, Dior poison, something like that. This one, I was like kind of thinking that maybe it'll be in the same territory. It's going to be very feminine and gorgeous. I do like it, but this is nothing at all like the other one. This is, think of like Bottega Veneta, the original, the Bottega fragrance, you know. It's taking a huge risk stepping into masculine side because although this is categorized as a floral woody musk, I feel this is leaning a little masculine. Now, if you hear the notes, you will not believe. And if you smell the perfume, you will not, it doesn't match, you know, the notes. The Fragrantica review for this is 3.98, which is not bad. It's only a $35 perfume. Now, I was expecting when I saw this, like, I was kind of expecting like a classic kind of perfume, but then when I smelled it and I was like, whoa, you know. And apparently it also smells like Gris Dior. Now, I don't know. It's not to that caliber of Gris Dior, but it's in the same family. Now, the thing is that certain notes are not listed over here, like suede or leather or something, but I do smell some of it. Let me tell you the notes. The top notes are pink pepper and bergamot, middle notes of rose, orris, and jasmine, and the base notes of patchouli, moss, and vanilla. I really feel like there's some kind of leather in this that is giving it that masculinity. Think Bottega Veneta. I'm gonna put the perfume over here because like, if you smell that perfume, this is very, very, very familiar. It smells like that. It smells like the same DNA. This is like a very boss babe fragrance. This is like when a woman she wears like pantsuits and stuff, and she has this masculine energy. She wants to like portray herself to be like super strong, super dominating, and the kind of person who a little bit borderline intimidates people, you know, like with her presence. But at the same time, it's quite feminine as well. Now, I've not experimented much with this perfume. I like it, but for some reason, I don't know, I'm not gravitating towards it. I don't know if I feel like this DNA has become old, because I have smelled a lot of perfumes that smell like this, Western ones especially, not Middle Eastern. But maybe that's the reason why I'm not like really gravitating towards this one. Maybe I need to like take this to the office and and wear it a lot and see how it like performs and how it does. This is more suitable for fall, winter, or evening wear, or indoor, like in a situation where it's a formal event or going to the office, but also in the office if you're in a high position. Like this comes across very intimidating. The Middle Eastern vibe check, it does kind of smell Middle Eastern, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna say it's like mildly Middle Eastern. The projection is around 3 feet. It's a good projection, and the longevity is like 6+ hours. It stays for a very, very long time. But when it starts drying down, it's the orris. What's that? Yeah, the orris. It starts bothering me because, you know, these kind of perfumes, they always have this powdery note as well, and I know they're trying to balance it off. Like I know they're trying to like mask the masculinity with like some powdery notes, but like the orris, I'm not very fond of it. And I think that what bothers me in this fragrance is that baby powder. Yes, like a baby powder kind of scent. And if I tell you the celebrity I think of, you'll kind of be able to relate what I'm saying. The celebrity I had chosen was Jodie Comer. Like, I'm gonna put her picture over here. And if you've seen her in Killing Eve, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is that energy. My rating for this is like a 7 out of 10. It's a very good perfume. It's just that powdery note that's bothering me, and off late all powdery notes have been bothering me, like Sutur, which everybody likes. So I feel a little bit not okay with this perfume, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna keep like trying it because it's a very beautiful fragrance. It's just not my cup of tea as of now. Next is another one from Ajmal, and I've been meaning to get this for a long time, and I finally found it and I got it immediately because I was like, let's not waste time, let's grab it. This is Senora. And Senora, I especially got this because one of my favorite fragrances, which I couldn't afford. This was a long time ago. I smelled it and I was in love with it. It's Midnight Poison by Dior. I was so much in love with that fragrance, and I was very, very young when that had released, and I could not afford it. My whole family could not afford it. Like, all of us put our money together, we could not afford it. So I never owned that perfume, and I always wanted to have that perfume. And then finally when I could afford it, perfume discontinued. So ever since then, I've been on a hunt to find something that smells like Midnight Poison. And on Fragrantica, a lot of people recommended this one. The packaging is like super cute. It's like black, and then it has everything in bright pink. And then the bottle itself it's a little tacky. I don't mind it. It looks nice. The color is really nice. If the color was like a different color, maybe I would have been like a little... It has this ribbon thingy, and I think it's quite alright. It does have that Midnight Poison something, right? But it's not a dupe, for sure. It needs to calm down a little bit. Don't spray this on a strip of paper because it smells completely different on the strip of paper as compared to your clothes or your skin. I had sprayed this on my skin. First of all, the longevity, it was insane, and I was very surprised because this is only for $18. I bought this for $18. This is from the House of Ajmal. It's classified as an amber floral, and on Fragrantica it's got 4.02, which is not bad. Now, it's compared to Clinique Aromatics in white. I have never tried that. You get that Midnight Poison Dior vibe, but Midnight Poison was a little bit more mysterious. It had something which was so intriguing. Now, it does have that similarity. It smells kind of like that, and it does remind you of Midnight Poison, especially once this starts like going into the middle notes and drying down. The problem with me with this perfume is the opening. It's just the opening that you need to be just a little bit patient, because when you spray this like all over yourself, it'll overwhelm you. So just let it settle down, and then this perfume turns into like a super beautiful fragrance. And the fact that it lasts for such a long time for a perfume that's this cheap, so the fact that it has like nuances that are similar to Dior's Midnight Poison, it already had me sold. So I'm gonna be like, I know this is going to be a perfume that I'll be using a lot. I'll repurchase it, and the more I use it, the more I like it. So I know I'll be reaching for this a lot. Plus the fact that it's like a tiny little bottle, it helps because I can put this in my purse and not bother to transfer it into an atomizer and everything. That's a whole thing, and it's just like more like an oriental fragrance. So I would not say this has a Middle Eastern vibe. It has a very strong oriental vibe. It smells like a spicy rose, but the rose is not rosing too hard. You know, it's not too cloying. It doesn't smell like rose syrup or anything like that. It's just a very pleasant, beautiful rose. And then you have some kind of spices which are not smelling spicy, but it does give it that oriental edge. This is one of those perfumes that will adapt to any scenario. You can dress it down, you can dress it up, you can wear jeans and wear this and it'll be fine. You can dress up and wear a nice beautiful evening gown and you will still pull it off. You can wear it to the office, you can wear it outside, you can like run errands with it, any weather, evening, daytime, you know, whatever. You can wear it all the time. And the fact that this is so adaptable, and the fact that it's an easy grab, right? I absolutely love it. So in my books, this one is like 10 out of 10. I had given it 8 out of 10, but the more I'm using it, the more I feel intrigued and enticed by it. It's very mysterious. It gives you that mysterious vibe. Not the opening, the middle notes and the base notes. So just bear the opening. I don't know, it's seductive, attractive, and mysterious is the right word. Intriguing is the right word. It makes you want to keep sniffing your arm or wherever you have sprayed yourself with it. Like I'm sure like a lot of other people will also react that way. By the way, this one is like very, very flimsy, but it's nice and floofy because I think it's tulle or something. I don't know. The bottle also kind of, they designed it as a poison bottle, right? One of the poison bottles. But unfortunately, I do not have midnight poison. They're available here and there, but they're so expensive. I mean, like it goes in like thousands of dollars, and I'm like, yeah, not happening. So yeah, this is like 10 out of 10 for me. It's not a blind buy, by the way. You need to like test it because it is quite sweet. And the celebrity I had given this to was Thandie Newton's daughter, Nico Parker. Now, last but not the least is a PR. And I'm so happy because this PR is a bomb, right? This one, I've been seeing it with all the influencers, and I'll be very honest with you, I was a little bit jealous. Like I was like, oh, why do brands not select me? Yeah, I know why they don't select me, because I have very few followers, like compared to other influencers or perfume reviewers. Like I'm nowhere near their caliber. I'm a newbie, and I understand why brands wouldn't want to sponsor me as of now, but I was so happy to receive this one. This is Zenobia by Tomavicci. Okay, first of all, the unboxing experience. So there is like a extra sleeve. Let me remove the sleeve and show you. Then you have this massive bottle, which is like, just look at the size compared to my face, you know. It has like all the details about it at the back. This is made in UAE, and that's how it opens up. I don't want to drop it, so it has like a nice note for me in here, which is super pretty, and that's how your bottle looks like. It's a stunning, stunning, stunning bottle. The card is actually a certificate of originality, and then this is the bottle. It is so stunning. I actually made a very, very, very beautiful reel on Instagram as well, so check that out. And I was so happy to film that because I enjoyed it so much, because the bottle itself is so pretty. You don't need to do much, right? Now, this is the atomizer. See, this is when you know it's like niche quality, right? Okay, so don't let the packaging, the bottle fool you. Now, you would imagine that, first of all, it's called Zenobia. Zenobia was a queen, a warrior queen from Syria, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, it was called Palmyra before, you know, like not Syria, but it was Palmyra. She was the queen of Palmyra, and she fought many battles, and like it's inspired by her. So first of all, the name Zenobia, and then you see the bottle, like, which is like quite like Middle Eastern. It's very beautiful. It's very like outrageous, out there, you know, like it's like, look at me, it's calling you out, like demanding attention, right? You would assume that this would be an oud rose perfume, something like Shaghaf Oud, or it would be a strong maybe vanillic oud or something. Like, no, it is a gourmand floral. So if you don't know how a gourmand floral smells like, literally think of like a bouquet of flowers. No, not a bouquet of flowers, just flowers that smell nice. And then you have vanilla right next to it. And you smell the vanilla and the flowers together. This is how this perfume smells like. So this is compared, it's not the same, but they say it kind of smells like Xerjoff's La Capitale and Tiziana Terenzi's Cassiopeia. Now, the moment I heard Tiziana Terenzi's Cassiopeia, I was like, you know what? This kind of smells like kirke, but remove all the fruits from it. So you are asking me then, Simin, what's left in kirke? Just think of the gourmand part of it with the florals. On Fragrantica, this has got 4.48, and it's for a reason. Now, the perfume itself, it's not very groundbreaking. So I would not say that it has a quality that will be like mind-blowing, or it has wowed me to an extent that I can't like live without it, or I can't like, I need to go and smell it. But it smells, I can't explain it. It has this thing about it where it smells super expensive. Well, the perfume is quite expensive, but it smells like money. It smells like a woman who is wearing only designer brands, who is carrying things all designer. She lives in probably like a mansion or something, and then she wears this perfume very casually, like it's nothing, you know. It does have oud, it does have leather, but it is blended so well that you can't really like identify any single note. Like you can say the perfume is like vanillic, you can smell the gourmandiness of it, you can smell the florals, you can smell some woods, but you cannot identify any of the notes. Let me tell you the notes for this. Top notes are blackcurrant and orange blossom. Middle notes of Madagascar vanilla, Syrian royal jasmine, orchid and Turkish rose. And the base notes of amber, saffron, leather, Moroccan cedarwood and oud. So while it has like heavy hitters like oud, leather, Turkish rose, which is a very strong rose, you know, it still does not like make you feel overwhelmed. And that's the best part. So the moment you spray it, you literally start the strength with how it's supposed to smell like on you. It's not like choking you, anybody else around you. And the fact that it stays exactly the same till like it disappears, right? This is like old money kind of scent. It is somebody who's not trying too hard. It just makes you feel very put together, very polished. It makes you feel automatically like well dressed, and the scent itself kind of portrays like you immediately know that person is wearing something expensive. The ingredients actually smell expensive. Oh my gosh, it just like I want to literally put this on every inch of my body because I feel like I'm a dress fresh out of Dior. I'm a dress fresh out of Dior, you know. And I'm nicely packed in this, you know, beautiful box with like little, you know, the stickers and everything nicely packed, you know. And then whoever receives it and the joy they get from getting that dress, I feel like this perfume is that kind of energy. It's like a very beautiful dress. I know it's a very weird thing I'm saying, but trust me, when you smell this, you'll be like, we know what you were talking about. The Middle Eastern vibe check in this is like 0. The projection is like around 2 feet, but the longevity is 8+ hours. This is going to stay on your skin, not go away. You need to wash it off, then it'll go away. The ingredients are like, you can see the oil on my skin. Wait, let me try and put it somewhere that you can see. So you don't need to spray much, right? Let this dry down a little bit while I tell you all the other notes. So for me, this is like a 10 out of 10. I had thought of giving it 9.5, but the more I'm using it, the more I'm like wearing this. It's not about other people, it's about me liking it. Now, there you go. Can you see the oil content? I hope it shows up on the camera. Yeah, it's super duper oily, so be careful of like not staining your dress. I would rather spray this on my skin. I wouldn't waste any of this on paper strips or my clothes or anything. I would wear this on my skin directly. And the celebrity I wanted to give this to was Rooney Mara. She is like special. This one retails for USD 228, so it is kind of pricey. But this is one of those perfumes that, like, you know, ask your husband to gift it to you. Or buy it for yourself, you know, like just to make yourself feel special. Guys, I'm not getting anything out of this. I was not paid to do this. I was just sent. I can give my own opinion on whatever I want. So please do not like say that I'm just saying it because it's sponsored or anything. They have not paid me for it. They have not promised me any kind of commission also. I don't have a discount code for you. Nothing. It's me telling you I like this perfume. So that's it for today, guys. And I hope you liked all the perfumes I've shown you today. I think it was a good mix of like expensive, middle, and like dirt cheap perfumes, right? Like I actually quite like this haul. The only perfume I'm a little confused about is the Evoke, which I need to still try. And if I can get over that powdery note, maybe I can mix it with something and layer it with something and see. But I just need to use it and see how I feel about it. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the haul. Yeah, it was a small haul, but I'm trying to do just 5 in each video so that it's not too difficult for me to interpret scents, like, you know, because back to back when I'm smelling all these scents, it kind of gets like confusing and foggy. And plus for you, it's not too long of a video to watch either, you know. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.